Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadgurum. Om. Adorations to Lord Krishna, the preceptor of the universe, destroyer of the forces of darkness, and bestower of immortality. Om Shri Krishnaya Namah. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we are in 5th chapter, Karma Sannyasa Yoga, the yoga of renunciation of karma. Presently, verses are after 8, verse number 8, 9 and so forth. Profound insight is being given into the role of karma. Every soul is involved with action from the very time you are born, and even before you are born. You have been trapped by karma. Karma-based attainments are in the realm of Maya. If you are poor, good karma can make you rich. But how long will you stay rich? In other words, all karmic fruits are perishable. They belong to the realm of Maya. Liberation is not the fruit of karma. That has to be understood. Liberation, you are not creating something. But until you attain liberation, you are in the world of creation. And this point has to enter deep into the mind, the difference between the two. Just seeking happiness and comfort and prosperity in the world of time and space, that's one side. And attaining enlightenment, liberation. For very easy understanding, think of reflected suns in so many jars of water. The reflected suns are in different situations. No two reflected suns are exactly in the same condition. Looking from the point of view of what will be good for the reflected sun, it should have a good jar. The water must be pure. It should be quiet. I'm detailing all simple points just to make you understand. And you can go on imagining how many things must happen for a reflected sun to be comfortable. You can go on doing millions of things. But all that you are doing is childish. Good for the reflected sun is to raise its hood, attain God realization. Realize, I am the sun. Soham asmi. I am that. That realization will not, again giving a simple way to understand, will not affect if you are in a pot, reflected sun will be still there, But think of the spirit behind the reflected sun that is aware, I am this. That's Jivan Mukti. And of course, the status of staying within the pot is transient. In fact, it is not even real. It's in the realm of Maya. Naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyeta tattvavit pashyan shrinvan sprishan jigran ashnan gachan swayan swashan brahmanyadhyaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yah mriyatena sapapena padmapatra vimambhasa. Come back to one verse I skipped. Pralapanna visrijan grihnan unmishinna mishinnapi indriyani indriyarteshu vartanta iti dharayan. A knower of truth who is united with God feels that I do nothing at all. This point has to be understood well. Every soul is always involved in karma. If you develop the idea of not doing anything, you face a lot of problems. First, a big boredom enters your mind. Nothing should be done. I will not detail too much, but just understand that just like you watch a cinema show, every experience while you are enjoying the show is a matter of projection of your mind, thought waves. But while the show is going on, the reality is the screen. That screen is the reality in every individual. That's Brahman, the Absolute. And all in the state of ignorance, soul is seeking fulfillment in the world of cinema show, in the world of projections, and that will not be possible. So while you are dealing with the world of projections, turn your attention to what underlies all projections. And that's the subtle secret behind spirituality. There are 4 important points in karma yoga. First basic point, your karma, your action must turn into karma yoga. It should have a purposeful movement. In order to turn karma into karma yoga, these are simple points. Swadharma palan. First point, don't move away from your swadharma. How do you know about paradharma, swadharma? I have already discussed those points, but again reiterating it. When you are taking up a job or entering into any activity led by greed, not by simple, sahaj, spontaneous interest to enrich your life, Say, for example, you are a teacher, you like to teach, and you are happy when you have students and you see their smiling faces. But then someone offers you, come, become a secretary in a medical college. You will get 50 times more wages. And suppose your eyes glare up with the greenery, lot of money coming in, and you leave your job. Now what you are doing? You are constantly under stress and waiting for the money to come in and then planning how to use the money, where to go. I will not detail upon it. That's easy for you to understand. Now you are not really enjoying your life. Now you are dreaming of wonderful retirement. When will that opportunity come? You retire by the Miami beach and daily enjoy the setting sun. I'm joking with it. That's a miserable life. If you live without having daily fulfillment, a purposeful existence that touches you day by day, waiting for fulfillment in future, that's a terrible error. Swadharma palan, that's the first point. Do not enter into any type of job that's completely against or contrary to your real delight. Every human being has a special quality, and you can share it, you can develop it, you can go along that line. But that point must become your inner attention. Come to another level. Your mind should not become too caught up with a mathematical evaluation. Am I doing swadharma or am I doing paradharma? And what is the degree? 10% swadharma, 15% paradharma. Don't enter into that. Simply, no matter whatever you are handling, bring God in your mind. You are a channel of God. And whatever if you are handling is presented by God's plan. So, even though in practical daily life you are not completely matching up with what exactly your heart desires, yet you are handling activity. Whatever activity you are handling, don't develop a contradiction in your heart. Simply watch your mind. You have not you have not created that situation out of your greed, but you are waiting for what you should do the best, waiting for opportunity to utilize your energy. So that first stage of attention, Swadharma movement. And no matter whatever situation you are already facing, consider it God presented Swadharma. If you are 5 feet tall, And we developed the idea I should have liked to have 6 feet. I'm joking. The idea is be satisfied with 5 feet. Whatever God has given you, that's best for you. Now, having given that swadharma palan, the first point. Next point, vikarma. Develop a special attitude behind your karma. And blend certain spiritual sadhana. Say, for example, you begin your day with japa, meditation, enrich yourself with satsanga. All these that enrich you in a spiritual way, that's called vikarma. Another term is used, yajna. Japa yajna, swadhyaya yajna. You repeat japas, it is allowing the negative within you to be sacrificed. Sacrificing the negative, that's called yajna. In a more popular way, it is described in the terms of sacrificing animals. And people do that. But the real purpose behind all that is sacrificing those negative qualities that make you pashu, not human being, fettered by pashas. Pashas are many negative qualities. So vikarma comes through, or it comes in different forms. If you are gaining great insight into gana, that becomes a powerful vikarma behind your actions. If you are developing bhakti, devotion, that becomes vikarma with your swadharma. Karma plus vikarma becomes akarma, that's divine mathematics. Swadharma karma that you are doing, and now as you begin to add vikarma to it, devotion, the strength of japa, enrich the spiritual attitude within your mind. You are expanding your karma with the spirit of doing good to others, as well as being good. I will not go too much in detail, but that's all that is called vikarma. The vikarma is not taking you away from your karma. Generally people start saying, I don't have time to do sadhana. I have to just rush to my business. You will do better business if you find time to have some pranayam, some headstand, some sadhana, some japa, some spiritual qualities. All these are not distracting you from your job. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. As you become karma yogi, your performance of action will become much more profound, dynamic. And yet you are told, don't worry about the fruit of karma. Turning away from the fruit of karma is not depriving you, from practical point of view, from your success, from your prosperity, not depriving you. But what you are being deprived is the illusion. The illusion, people acquiring prosperity, the illusion that they have attained, they become very great because of it. That illusion you will not have. Poor. Poor. So no matter how much you gain, your head remains relaxed. You don't get inflated. How much have I gained? And so therefore, to bring the point, Swadharma Palan, doing your Swadharma, adding Vikarma to it, special spiritual sadhana, renouncing fruit of karma. Renouncing doesn't mean you throw them away, only that you are not deluded by your karmic fruits. Karmic fruits, you know, they are perishable. All that this world is like a dirgha swapana, a long dream, where you as a personality, not real. The world you are experiencing is based on your senses. And I will not go into details. It is similar to like computer type iPad. The iPad is with a small I, and this world experience is with big I. Ego pad. That's all things that appear so real through human brain, but realize through human brain only. They're not real in themselves. So, that's called the world of Maya, dirgha sapana. Therefore, change in your dream is not your goal. Waking up is your goal. Karma changes your dream. A knower of truth who is united with God feels that I do nothing at all, while seeing, hearing, breathing, touching, smelling, tasting, walking, sleeping. This doesn't need any explanation. The operation of your senses, mind, breathing, speaking, grasping, releasing, opening and closing the eyes. He is ever rooted in the understanding that it is the senses that act among the objects of the senses. All your experiences are a magical, miraculous show of your brain centers, your nerves. And behind those nerves and brain is a mind. And behind the mind is the cosmic mind. And behind cosmic mind is the absolute self, Brahman. Absolute self is like the screen. All the mind creates is like projections. Every experience through your mind, behind that experience is pure awareness. Simple way to understand, all you experience, you are aware of it. But instead of keeping your understanding towards experiences, instead of thinking of all the illuminations of the sun, think of the sun. No matter what illumination you are looking at, sun is behind this, that illumination. No matter whatever you are experiencing, pain, pleasure, fulfillment of your desire, great elation, great depression, no matter whatever you are experiencing, all these are, behind all this is awareness. That awareness is absolute. That absolute awareness is Chaitanya, Satchidananda, Brahman, Prajnanam Brahma. Now, simple way to understand further, your mind, senses, intellect, they are produced by Prakriti. And the objects that are experienced by your mind, senses, etc., they are also produced by Prakriti. The one product of Prakriti is operating with another product of Prakriti. Shouldn't have difficulty in understanding. Think of your dream. In your dream, you make changes in your house. You didn't have chairs, etc., and you got a good company, now furnished your house in your dream. First stage, your dream was illusion. Second stage, what you are doing is another set of illusion. To bring you more clearer precision, Brahman is the absolute reality. Prakriti is the magical power of Brahman. The magical power becomes important only in relation to the minds that are not enlightened. With the enlightened vision, Brahman has nothing more than Brahman. Just Brahman, absolute, non-doer. But now coming to, since all teachings are given to the mind that needs to be enlightened. So from that point of view, the magical power of Brahman, called Prakriti. Prakriti goes into three aspects. Sattva predominating Prakriti is called Maya. Now the Brahman plays three roles through Maya. The role of creation, Brahma. The role of sustaining, Vishnu. The role of destroying, Shiva. Same Brahman now has become all the three. Rajas predominating Prakriti is called Avidya. Same Brahman now reflects in countless jars of water. Avidya puts Brahman into countless stage of countless jivas, souls evolving through the world of Maya. And Tamas predominating Prakriti provides all the experiences, the material for experiences, the world of matter. Tamasi Prakriti becomes the same Brahman through Tamasi Prakriti turns into the subtle elements. And those elements go into further combination, creating all that is. When we talk of matter, we are talking about mind, intellect, ego, your pranas, your body, all are evolved out of matter, Prakriti, Tamasi Prakriti. So therefore, your senses which are evolved out of Prakriti are interacting with material objects, they are also evolved out of Prakriti. Your hand is evolved out of Prakriti. And whatever you handle in your hand is also evolved out of the Prakriti. So Prakriti operating with Prakriti. And behind, ultimately, all is Brahman. But you have to keep the highest truth a little away from yourself. Otherwise, people get confused. If everything is Brahman, then what else? When we study mathematics, the advanced stage of mathematics talk about infinity. But when you are studying it, keep the infinity away. Otherwise, it will upset all your calculations. I'm joking. You are being led to practical insight. Being a spiritual aspirant, you cannot avoid actions. So actions you need to accept. You shouldn't be in contradiction. Why should I be? See, generally people have always this confusion. Action brings karma. Then why shouldn't I just shut myself in a room or go into a cave? That should not enter your mind. Accept the fact that you cannot live without karma. Accept it. But don't accept what you are aiming at, what you want to gain through your karma. Accept only that which is truth. Now that I'm giving you complex understanding. The idea is accepting karma is called agraha. Agraha is perfectly okay. Fruit of karma, satyagraha. Not any fruit. Allow your mind to have a subtle insight. What type of fruit of karma you should? What type of fruit trees you should plant in your garden? So now in that process, you are exercising your insight, your intelligence. And while you are exercising it, God is helping you. If you have brought God in your personality, by doing japa, surrender to God, feeling you are a channel of God, then God begins to operate through your purushartha, self-effort. When God begins to operate through your self-effort that gains a special quality. Grace works, creates miracles. Further, the Gita is leading you to understand that be a jnata. Jnata means the knower. You are doing all these karmas. But again, knower means you are doing these karmas not as ego, but God is operating through all your karmas. That type of awareness there. But don't become bhokta. Bhokta means do not allow yourself to become deeply involved in pleasure and pain. Karma brings situations of pleasure and pain. Simply see the karma objectively. They are being done by your channel, and how best you can allow that channel to go on operating. But each operation should not be restricted by your feeling aspect. It doesn't feel good, so not so. But this, let me clarify the point. Clarification is, that is your goal. Goal is not to be affected by fruits of karmas. But goal you can't reach all at once. It's a progressive movement. The simple point is asanga, detach. Detach from what seems like you are eating mango fruit. Fruit may be very ripe, it's so joyous, tasty. Or fruit may be sour. Inwardly be detached. Recognize sour as sour, sweet as sweet. Recognize the value what is needed by you. But don't become swayed by taste. When you are swayed by taste, you are coming under bhoga. The world takes over you. Every experience is creating raga or dvesha. Raga, attachments, a mental set. May I have that object again? We are holding impressions of like. I like these. And so a whole set of impressions are there in your mind, raga based. And at the same time, you are also creating dvesha based impressions. The art is do your duties, neither creating raga nor dvesha. Go further up. Instead of raga, create love of God. Every time you become joyous, allow your mind to go deep into spiritual meditation. Every time you are joyous, read Gita, do sadhana. Utilize your opportunity of being happy. Don't develop the idea, since I'm happy, I must hop. I must tell people how I'm happy. And invite many people to share your happiness. Utilize your happy moments in such a way that you are enriching yourself in a spiritual way. Instead of generating raga, attachment, you are generating vairagya, dispassion and devotion to God. And life presents both things that you like, things that you don't like. If you are swaying with like and dislike, then it is you are being involved in bhoga. If you are utilizing both, now you are moving on the right path. Utilizing raga, each time a joyous experience, your mind goes after, touched by God's God behind your happiness. A baby smiles and you are very happy. God is through the baby bringing that experience to you. Breeze comes, fragrant, cool, and you enjoy it. Behind the breeze, it is not, don't start thinking of this is the exact place I must come again, sit under this exact tree, here I received the experience. No. Understand that behind all that is a cosmic hand of God. So raga must point to love of God. Attachment should be sublimated into devotion to God. Dvesha is a movement to negate. Negation movement should not be based on your ego's concepts. Negation movement must come to another climax. The entire world of illusion is neti, neti. Not this, not this. So raga and dvesha both become sublimated into devotion, bhakti and jnana. So that's what you are getting in daily life, bhakti and jnana, not raga and dvesha. If you get raga, dvesha, then you are caught in karma. You are getting bhakti and jnana, no more karma. Brahmanyadhyaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha lipyate na sapapena padmapatra mivambhasa. He who performs actions by invoking Brahman and by renouncing attachment to the fruits of karma, he is not touched by sin. Sin refers here to the karmic entanglement. Sin refers to being trapped by the cycle of birth and death. Even as a lotus leaf remains untouched by water, padma patra mimambhasa. In Buddhism, that becomes mani padme hum. Become mani padma, lotus leaf. And all your world reality becomes like a drop. And that drop slips away into the shining sea of nirvana. The statement you perform actions by invoking Brahman, Brahmanyadhyaya. In Bhagavad Puran you have statement, Kayena vacha manasendriyarva buddhyatmana va prakriti swabhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanayeti samarpayami. That type of spirit has to develop. Whatever you do, whatever I do, by body, mind, senses, speech, or by intellect, led by nature, all that I offer to God, Lord Narayana. And in the Gita you have read before, Brahmarpanam Brahmavi, Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam. All that you do, consider Brahman behind it. It's the Brahman within you that's enjoying the food. The food you are eating is Brahman. The hand that feeds you is Brahman. I'm giving simpler meaning. That type of aradhana, that type of spiritual, devotional feeling has to enter. And in order to do that, learn these prayers and start reciting them before you eat, or you don't have to just wait until you have to eat. Bring that prayer within your mind. Whatever I do, kayena, vacha, the bodily actions is offering to God. Words, you are offering to God. All that enters your mind, they are also meant as worship of God. All activities of your senses, all your activities of your intellectual functions, all that is happening, view, it's a kind of offering. Your whole life, your whole personality is a stream of prayer. And then what will happen? You enjoy prasad all the time. Eternal prasad. And with this I will conclude. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukam Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiyama Mritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.